Hello, students. In today's class, we are going to discuss a new concept of vectors, that is a vector product. So, what is this vector product? You should know the another name for this vector product also, that is a cross product. So, whether it is a vector product or a cross product, both means the same. So, if you go for what is this vector product? Vector product of two vectors, if you are calculating, then what happens, that is also a vector. What is a product? First of all, you should know what is a product. Product means multiplication. And this multiplication of two vectors can be done by two methods. The first method is a dot product, and the second one is the cross product. Dot product we denote it by dot, and that is also called as a scalar product. And this cross product is also called as a vector product. Why this vector product we are calling it as a cross product? Because when we multiply the two vectors, we denote the multiplication by a cross. That's why we are calling it as a cross product. Actually, it is a vector product. So what is a vector product? So if you want to multiply two vectors, then how to multiply? By using the cross product. See here. Suppose I take a vector A. This is a vector A. And another vector is also there, that is vector B. This is vector A and this is vector B. And the angle between these two is theta. Now I want to have the cross multiplication, that is what you can call it as the cross product of these two vectors. Then how to find the cross product of these two vectors? I can find the cross product of these two vectors as the product of the magnitudes, that is AB. A and B are the magnitudes of vector A and vector B, and this has to be multiplied with sine theta. But remember, this is a cross product, and the cross product of two vectors is also a vector, and that vector is always perpendicular to the plane containing A cross B. Suppose this is A and this is B. You can check where I have drawn these two vectors. The two vectors I have drawn on the board. So how to find the direction of these two vectors? So that is A cross B. So what I have to do, I have to find the direction by two methods. What are that two methods? We will discuss. But here what I was saying is the cross product of two vectors is also a vector, I said. So this is the magnitude of A, magnitude of B, and this is sine theta. In this, we have to multiply with a unit vector, and this unit vector is perpendicular to the plane containing A and B. How it is and why it is. So here I want to find what the direction for A cross B. So I can find the direction by two methods. See, this is what I have done. Just I have taken the definition. But if suppose like a vector product means that is also a vector. Vector means it should have magnitude, it should have direction also, right? वेक्टर का मतलब ही होता है बेटा मैग्नीट्यूड भी होना है, डायरेक्शन भी होना है. मैग्नीट्यूड वी कैन फाइंड फ्रॉम दिस, बट हाउ टू फाइंड द डायरेक्शन? How to find the direction? So for the direction, we have the two methods. Direction. The first method is right-handed screw rule. So what is this right-handed screw rule? How to explain this? Pay attention, it's very simple. Another method is there that I always ask the students to apply the second method, not the first method, but this is there in our syllabus as per NCERT, so you should study that. So what is this right-handed screw rule? Means first of all, you have to consider the two vectors in a plane. Try to understand. This is one vector, vector A, and this is another vector, vector B. So this is the two vectors in a plane. So what I can say here is I have to take one screw. I just imagine this is the screw. This is the screw. This is the screw. This is the screw. So I have to find A cross B. That means I have to, this is A and this is B. So I have to find A cross B means I have to rotate the screw in this direction, A to B. A cross B means A to B आप rotate करेंगे screw को A to B. Just imagine this screw I am taking on the paper and I am rotating just from A to B like this. So in what direction the tip of the screw will move? So it will move in the upward direction. You can see the screw when it is moved like this, जैसा कि A से और B को मैं जैसा फिरा रहा हूं, वैसे आप स्क्रू को आप रोटेट करेंगे, सो दिस स्क्रू द डायरेक्शन ऑफ द टिप gives the direction of the resultant of A cross B. So how it is A cross B? The A cross B is perpendicular to the plane A and B, containing plane A and B. Try to understand once more time. This is a vector A and this is vector B. So if I take a screw, just imagine this is the screw. So I have to put the screw like this, and what I am finding, A cross B I am finding. So in order to find A cross B, I have to put the screw here and I have to rotate in this way because I am finding A cross B. So I have to rotate the screw like this. Then the screw will be advances in this direction. So the direction of the tip of the screw gives you the direction of A cross B. So this is A cross B and this is the unit vector perpendicular. This is one method to calculate the direction of A cross B. The next method is the most easiest method, right hand thumb rule. This is the easiest method. What is this right hand thumb rule? For to understand what is this right hand thumb rule, what you take your right hand, and this is A. I am finding A cross B. Pay attention, students. I am finding A cross B. So how to find A cross B? This is A. Just put your hand like this and cross B. No, so you just curl your fingers towards B like this. इस तरह से आप curl करेंगे. इस तरह से curl करेंगे. And just you find the direction of your thumb. Stretch the thumb. Thumb, it is like this. It is like this. So if it is A, just turn your fingers towards B in order to calculate A cross B. Then the thumb, direction of the thumb gives the direction of A cross B. So what I said you at the time of explaining this rule, the rule, what it said, A cross B means it is outside. Just now I have taken the example for screw rule. And from this also, right hand thumb rule also, it is giving the same direction. So irrespective of the method what you are adopting, whatever the answer you are getting, the answer will be the same, whether you move with the right hand thumb rule or the right hand screw rule. So once again, A cross B means AB sine theta. If I want to find the magnitude, these are the two methods to find the direction. Now if I want to find the magnitude, magnitude can be found out. This is AB sine theta. And what is this magnitude of n cap? This is unit vector, and magnitude of a unit vector is 1. So this is 1 only. 1 into something is the same thing. So A cross B, we can write it as magnitude of A cross B. It is just AB sine theta. So let us see actual what is the definition for A cross B. So there is definition on the board. We can see here the definition for cross product. देखिए, the cross product of two vectors. So the vector product of two vectors is a vector whose magnitude is equal to product of the magnitudes of the two vectors and sine of the angle between them. So how we are defining here, magnitude of the two vectors is equal to cross product, that is equals to magnitude of the two vectors. Product की बात कर रहा हूं मैं, यहाँ पे दो vectors का magnitudes ले रहे हैं बेटा. Product of the magnitude. Why I am using the word product? Product का मतलब होता है multiplication. So I am multiplying A with B as well as sine theta. That means it is the product of magnitudes of the two vectors and the sine of the angle between them. That what I have given, the product of the magnitudes of the two vectors and the sine of the angle between them. Hope you have understood what is a vector product, and what is the method to calculate the magnitude, and what is the method to calculate the direction of a cross product. Students, the next topic, what we need to study is the properties of the cross product. So we know what is the cross product. Cross product, magnitude of the cross product is equal to AB sine theta. That is the product of the magnitudes of the individual vector and the sine of the angle between them. Now let us move with what are the properties of the cross product. We have the properties for scalar product also that we have already seen in our previous class. Now we are going to check the properties for the vector product, or that is also called as the cross product. So for the first property, vector product does not obey commutative law. Pay attention. Vector obey does not obey vector product does not obey commutative law. What is this commutative law? In mathematics, we have 2 into 3. That is how much? 6. If you multiply 3 into 2, that is also 6. So that means multiplication of two numbers in mathematics obeys commutative law. That means if you multiply a into b, you will get the same result as b into a, as what we do in mathematics. 2 into 3 is equals to 3 into 2. But here, when you study the cross product, what we are going to get, we are getting that the cross product does not obey the commutative law. That means if you multiply a vector a with vector b, you are not going to get the same result if you multiply b with a. That's why I'm writing here not equal to, it does not obey commutative law. Then if suppose if a cross b is not equal to b cross a, then what it equals to then? तो यहाँ पे हम देखेंगे बेटा, अगर ये दोनों बराबर नहीं है तो किसके बराबर होगा ये? A cross b will be equal to minus of b cross a. A cross b will be equal to minus of b cross a. So this is equal to minus of b cross a. अगर आप just b cross a लिखते हैं, then it does not obey commutative law. ठीक है? Next, vector product. Obey distributive law. Vector product obey distributive law. So distributive law means you can see here A cross B plus C. That means you are adding two vectors B plus C, then you are multiplying with A. You will get the same result if you multiply A with B, that is A into B, then what? Plus A into C. Pay attention. This distributive law means, students, if you multiply the result of B plus C with A, that means first adding B plus C, then we are multiplying with A, you will get the same result as if you multiply A cross B and A cross C, that is finding A cross B and A cross C, then you are adding the same result. That means it obeys distributive law. तो यहाँ पे अब next देखते हैं बेटा हम third one, vector product of two parallel vectors. Parallel vectors means theta will be 0. Vector product of two parallel vectors, what we are getting, see here. This is what A cross B, that is equal to AB sine, this is theta, theta is 0, and of course into n cap. So sine 0 is how much? A 0. 0 into something is 0. So overall what we are getting here is a 0. That means this is 0, means it is a null vector. That means if you multiply two parallel vectors, the resultant vector will be a null vector. So this is one thing. If suppose like in the question for this, especially this property is very important. If suppose in the question they says that two vectors are parallel vectors, then some unknown variables they will be mentioning in that. So how to move this with this? So either you can calculate the A cross B, and the short trick for this you can go, or you can move with this like this. Suppose an example, if A bar is equals to A1I plus A2J plus A3K and B bar is equals to B1I plus B2J B3K. Suppose these are the two vectors and it said that they are parallel. Then you can apply this condition, what I am applying, the very, very important condition I am showing you under the property third. So if this is the situation, students, what we can do here is just the what I can say, the division of the coefficients will be the same. That is A1 by B1 is equals to, here what is this coefficient of I? Here it is A1. Coefficient of I, here it is B1. That means you have to divide the coefficients of I, and that will be equal to division of the coefficients of J, A2 by B2, and that is equal to A3 by B3. And this value is always a constant value. What do you mean by a constant value? Constant value का मतलब ये होता है, students, if you multiply A1 by B1, you will get some result. If you if you divide A2 by B2, you will get some result. If you divide A3 by B3, you will get some result. What I said you, A1 by B1 को हम divide करते हैं, so you will get some result. Same as the result of this, same as the result of this, and that result will be a constant. We'll do problems on this, no need to worry. But you should know what is the property we are going to apply. Hope it is clear. Now let us go for the fourth property. What happens the two vectors are parallel? If A bar and B bar are perpendicular vectors. If suppose they are perpendicular, A bar and B bar, student, they are perpendicular. So what we can do here is, if you multiply by cross product, that is magnitude of A cross B, that is AB sine theta. Sine theta is sine 90, because perpendicular means theta will be 90. So AB sine 90. So AB sine 90, it is 1. So directly we can write just as AB. I hope you have understood all the properties. Just we need to go for the four properties. One, this is two. Third one is for the parallel. The fourth one is the perpendicular. Out of these three, the very important is the third property. Now let us go for the examples. Which physical quantities obeys or we need to calculate by using the vector product. The first one, examples I am writing here. First example is, students, torque. What do you mean by this torque? Torque is the turning effect. You know, this torque means turning effect of force. And this torque can be calculated by the cross product of, that is the tau is the symbol for torque. And this can be calculated by using the formula R cross F. Every example is very important in this. So torque is the turning effect of force, and this can be calculated by the cross product of R, the position vector, and F, the force vector. Next, the second one, this is the torque. Next, angular momentum. Angular momentum we denoted by L, that is equals to R cross P. What is R here? Again, the radius vector or the position vector we say. But what is this P? P is the linear momentum vector. Linear momentum. Pay attention. This is the angular momentum, radius vector, and this is the linear momentum. I say again, all the examples what I am giving here, all are very important. Next, the third one. Linear velocity. So if you go for the linear velocity, that is V bar is equals to, see, V bar, this is the linear velocity. So here we need to write omega cross R. Pay attention, students, we cannot write R cross omega. Why? The reason here, A cross B will not equal to B cross A. So what are the formulae I have given you? What are the expressions I am giving you for whether it is torque, angular momentum, and linear velocity are all fixed. You cannot write in place of R cross F as F cross R आप नहीं लिख सकते हैं. The reason here is, again, the cross product does not obey commutative law. The examples what I have given, the torque, angular momentum, and linear velocity, all they have to be calculated as the formula what I have given. Hope you have understood the properties along with the examples of the cross product.